What's going on, guys? It is Jonathan back again with the weekly scuffle, and I'm here to talk about Shakur Stevenson's next fight versus Artem Harutyunyan. And honestly, I think this is a good fight for Shakur. I think Artem is gonna really test Shakur in ways he hasn't really been tested at 135, and I think it's a nice little sample size to have Shakur in the 135 division and to see exactly what he's capable of because this should have been the Frank Martin fight. Of course, Frank Martin decided not to fight Shakur Stevenson. He decided to fight Tank Davis, and Artem and Frank Martin surprisingly actually fought each other. And a lot of people thought Artem might have won that fight. It was very split in terms of who thought who won, and a lot of people believed Frank Martin shouldn't have gotten the victory, but at the end of the day, he did. And I can't take it away from Frank Martin. He's still a solid fighter, but when you compare him to the Tank Davises, the Shakur Stevenson of the world, you kind of put him a tier below that. So the fact that he was in there with Artem and Artem couldn't really take him out or really make it decisive enough to where it wasn't a quote unquote robbery. I think Shakur should have his way in this fight, but the thing is, Shakur is in a big problem because he is on the verge of becoming a free agent, and Top Rank kind of owns every single fight. You could say that could help make Shakur a bigger star, and that being Lomachenko, and of course Dennis Berinchik, because both of them hold the belts, and I think Shakur could kind of fight for this legacy aspect the same way Devin Haney kind of did, because their styles in and of itself aren't really gonna bring eyeballs to them. They kind of need to be seen as the best of the best, and I think getting belts is the best way to do that. But with that being said, I think Shakur is somewhat pillow-fisted, same way Devin Haney is, and of course, while they don't have game-wrecking power, skills pay the bills at the end of the day. So I think you put them in there with the top guys like Tank Davis, like Lomachenko, they could definitely give them problems. But the thing is, they won't exactly be exciting fights. The fans won't be thrilling or wanting to watch Shakur's next fight. And because of this, I think Shakur really struggles, and I think Artem potentially could make this a better fight than his previous fight with Edwin, which was an absolute horrendous fight. Definitely one of the major snooze fests of Shakur's career, which is saying a lot because Shakur has had a lot of not thrilling fights, and it's going to be very interesting to see if Shakur could maybe bring in a different style, look to maybe put more pressure on Artem, similar to how Devin Haney did to Jorge Linares way back when, which actually ended up getting Devin caught and brought this whole "oh, is Devin chinny" thing. Maybe Shakur could take those shots like Devin couldn't, and it could lead him to being in more favorable fights for the fans. But with that being said, I think Shakur should win this, regardless if it's a unanimous decision or a TKO. I don't expect it to be a hard fight for Shakur, but I would like him to sit down on a bit more of his punches, at least give the fans some moments to where it's not such a dull in and out boxing fight that puts everyone to sleep. But with that being said, I think that this fight shall be a good one for Shakur, and it's very interesting to see what happens after this fight because this is his last top rank fight. So with that being said, we'll see how all this plays out. I'll see you next time. Peace.